She'd spent 6 months' allowance on extensions after she'd burned off her real hair with this Japanese straightening treatment she found on Craigslist. So, I widened my eyes and triple blinked. Still nothing. What's up? Just stopped by to watch the B-cast OB. Molly's high cheekbones and the tip of her button nose were flushed, meaning she was either lying or humiliated. Sixth Sense said, lying. Whatever you say. I shuffled the script on my desk 3 times, then set it aside. Scripts were like understudies. I never actually planned on using mine, but it was nice to know it was there. Now move. I gave her scarf a playful yank. You and your dead cat are in my light. She shrank away from the desk and pouted, pretending to be hurt. But Tatiana says I look like a total pro. Tatiana was Molly's Russian ice skating instructor. Every year, Molly picked a new extracurricular, and every year, she got really excited about the outfits and then quit when she realized she wasn't Olympics-bound. Last semester, it was gymnastics, which meant tight ponytails and glitter hairspray. In 6th, it was horseback riding, which meant multiple pairs of riding boots. I'd tell you that you looked like a pro if you paid me $50 an hour, too. Please. She straightened up and strode past the slack-jawed camera guys, taking a seat next to Carlos. When she crossed her legs, a pair of cream lace-up boots made their debut. No, you wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because real friends don't lie. I made a mental note to snag the boots for next Thursday's broadcast. Say what you wanted about Molly's extracurricular outfits, at least she had the guts to take a fashion risk. It was the thing that had drawn me to her last year, at the start of middle school. Marquette forced all incoming 6th graders to attend a weekend camping trip / orientation before the start of the semester, which sounded lame, but turned out to be the perfect place to scout a few new BFFs for my transition into middle school. And you had to love a girl who showed up to a team-building hike in a camouflage tank dress, matching olive green eyeliner, and hiking boots with a slight wedge heel. I told her she looked like Appalachian Barbie, and she'd stuck by my side ever since. The double doors in the back parted again, bringing me back into the bustling studio. Hey, people! Abra Lang, the fast-talking, gum-chomping 6th grade anchor of the Marquette Minute, which aired after my segment, made a beeline for the green screen to the left of my anchor desk. Abra got the job because she shouted every word at the camera like it was the most important news in the history of the world, ever. Also, she was the only talker fast enough to fit the morning announcements into a 60-second spot. 30 seconds to air, Carlos announced while Abra tore off her coat and tossed it behind the screen. Wardrobe? Chill, man, I'm right here. Liv hurried into the spotlight, twisting her inky, shoulder-length curls into a messy knot at the nape of her neck. She was wearing a fitted white tank top and her shriveled Italian grandpa's slouchy charcoal overcoat, which she'd belted at the waist with a vintage tuxedo cummerbund. Only Liv would think to accentuate her curves with an old man's hand-me-downs, and only Liv could make it work. Girl, you're gonna love this piece. Liv produced the sticker-covered flute case she'd used for her startup accessories line, Liv Threads, and lowered it onto my desk. I used one of my dad's old shirts and a tutu. She popped the silver latches on the case and rummaged through a musty-smelling heap of glinting costume jewelry, fabric swatches, and feathered headbands. A few seconds later, she held up a flower pen made of plaid flannel and frayed purple tulle that matched my shirt exactly. Liv, love it. I inspected the perfectly jagged edges of the petals. You'll sell out before lunch. I never went on the air without one of Liv's custom designs. They were my good luck charm, and judging from Liv Threads' sales this year, Simon says was hers. Hope so. Liv's wide jade eyes shone with gratitude as she leaned forward to pin the flower on my black silk top. She smelled like rose oil and her grandpa's pipe tobacco. My right eye twitched involuntarily. Contacts! Liv lunged across the desk. Violet? She cupped my face in her warm hands. This shade is gonna pop on camera. Her olive skin glistened under the studio lights. Secretly, I'd always been jealous of Liv's year-round Italian tan. My skin only had 2 shades, translucent, and when I wasn't careful in the summertime, lobster. And it matches the pin, and it brings out your red highlights, Liv continued. I know, I shrieked. Ducking to the side, I rolled my eyes at Molly. At least some people notice the important details in life. Malls pretended to be too busy dusting the snow off her boots to notice. 10 seconds. Carlos wiggled his tiny designer denim tush in his chair. Do your thing, Miss Simon. Liv lifted a peace sign, then hopped off the